Hi. Hi, babes. How are we doing? Let me move you up a little bit here. How are we all? Can you hear me? Am I coming out of the right microphone? Can you hear the music? You know the drill. You know the drill by now. You know the drill by now. I've got my chocolate raisins. I've got my alcoholic ginger beer, some of which I will slowly sip some of because I haven't had a drink in ages and I don't want to get too messed up on the stream. But how are we all doing? 900,000 subs! We did it! Welcome along. And hey, you know how we like to start these things? If you've never been on one of these before, then we like to keep the chat chill. We like to have a relaxed time. We like to have some lights. We like to have some music. And we like to start by lighting a candle. Oh, there it is. There we go. Let me put that over there where I'm not gonna knock her over. Skadoosh. Well then, rotate your PDFs, Karen's rise up. I don't have a plan for tonight's stream. No plan at all. Just gonna freeball it. Just gonna chill out, just gonna have a fun time. And hey, thanks Lewis McDermott for that super chat. I will always try to shout out any super chats that come my way. If you're gonna super chat me a question, probably best to keep it simple because otherwise it's gonna, take me ages to answer. But normally we would go through the comments from the last video or, look at fan art and stuff. But I just released a video like a week ago and we already did the post-mortem stream. So hey, let's just hang out. Let's just hang out for an hour. I'll just talk to the chat. Tonight, you have my undivided attention. And Fem Fun Time, thank you very much for that super chat. But yeah, I'm having a good day today. Oh boy, I'm having a rare day. I'm having one of those days where everything goes right, and it's been so long since I've had one that I actually remember exactly when it happened last time. I remember it was like 2019 when I last had a day like this. Thanks Nicholas Gearing for that super chat. I can't talk about all the ways in which the last 24 hours have been amazing for me, but I got a very nice message from my agent today about a TV show that I can't tell you about, but I think your girl's gonna end up on TV, which is nice for an acting job. Just a little one, a nice little one. And I've also been invited to audition for a really fun sounding play. So it's always fun to be asked to do that kind of thing. And we hit 900,000 subs, and I finished the first draft of the next video, and it is really good. I think it's going to be one of my better ones. It's got like a good technical balance of like a good thinky philosophy, but also like jokes and stuff. The costumes are going to be amazing. There's a character in it who is like really starting to come together in a way that I really like. And a couple of other things have happened that I can't talk about, but I got some news yesterday that I have been hoping for. Oh, thank you, Olivia Smith, for that super chat. Yeah, I got some news last night that I've been hoping for a long time. That I got, and I'm really happy about it. Yeah, so I've had a good day, and I'm gonna have a good weekend too. That's all I can say. So yeah, we're over 900,000 subs, which means we're almost at 1 million, which is like unbelievable. Margaret Evans, you should watch my next video. And Ross Pace, thanks very much for your super chat. Yeah, Margaret Evans, you should watch the next one. The next one has a new character in and an old character in who is being played by an actor, kind of. You'll see an old character, but like you'll only see like part of them. But yeah, I won't spoil it. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, my friend Mr. Y is gonna be in it briefly. Thanks very much, Tiger Deerfield. Tiger Deerfield. Teeth gang. Nice. And people trying to guess in the chat. Let me just do some chat maintenance here. Whoa. Bing. Just flicking someone out of the chat. Bye. But yeah. Yeet. Yeah, new character and old character in the next video. The new one's going to be good. She's really coming together in a way that I like. I was chatting with a friend of mine today who had some cool ideas. Oh, the candle's just gone out. I think it's finally run out. I should put some, in fact I have put scented candles on my birthday list because it's my birthday next month. Actually, you know what, why don't I let that cool before I put it in the bin? I don't want to burn the joint down. Agnes Jaws says, professional or personal use? Both, baby. Worm, thank you for that super chat. Worm. Diogenes of Indy, yes, because I think we'll end nations one way or the other. Where did I get this ring? I got it when I joined Spectre. Whoop! I just dropped a chocolate raisin on the floor. Oh, there it is. Okay. Boop. There we go. Yes, the flower is a rose. I originally got it for the character of Mademoiselle E in the anti-Semitism video, and then I kept it because I thought it was something fun like rose and thorn. I thought it was, you know. Thank you very much, Laurel Cook. Oh hey, I'm glad that people are enjoying Kill James Bond. That's fun. It's good fun. Spectre? Spectre is nothing. Forget I said it. But I'm glad people are enjoying KJB. It's a fun podcast. It's nice to have something that is like nothing to do with philosophy, nothing to do with trans stuff. It's just me and two of my friends just like fucking shit posting for an hour. And it's like deliberately anti-intellectual as well. So I think the opening of the next podcast is just like me refusing to explain something, which is a lot of fun. Carrie Armstrong, we talked a little bit about collabs on oh, thanks Alice, good to have you here. Carrie Armstrong, we talked a little bit about collabs on the last episode. It's hard for me to fit them into my production cycle, but thanks Jack Hurd. And thank you Liam English. Getting arrested just for saying you're Liam English these days. But yeah, in the next episode of KJB, the next main one, I just straight up refuse to explain a concept, which is very refreshing to me. I enjoy it. I'm just like, go and fucking read a book. It's good fun. Where can you find the podcast? Wherever good podcasts are found, baby. Hi Nina, good to have you here. Yes, the podcast makes sense for people who haven't seen the films. That's the whole point. Just listen to it. Just listen to an episode, and if you don't like it, then don't listen to another one. But it's good fun. Yeah. KJB, we don't stop. not King James Bible. The podcast is called King James Bond. It's called Kill James Bond. It's about James Bond films. Stomatis Cack says, your videos are incredible. They make me love philosophy so much. Hey, thank you. That's cool. Thank you, Diogenes of Indy. Careful Jones, thanks. Did I enjoy being interviewed by Owen Jones? Yeah, it was nice. He was nice. He was very flattering. I think he really bigged me up. Thanks, Ruth, for that super chat. Kill James Bible. Yeah, it was good fun talking to Owen. I followed Owen's work for a while, although don't take that as a political endorsement necessarily, either way. But yeah, I really I enjoyed doing it. Like, it's always nice to chat to people. It's nice to chat to people when I know that they're friendly and they're not trying to trip me up. So that's cool. Speaking of interviews, I've been told once again that the BBC interview should be out next week, although they've been telling me that for like a month now. I think well, I have a friend inside the BBC who says that this week has been a bit kind of rough for them. There's been a lot of stuff going on internally, so it's kind of like fallen by the wayside for a little while. But thank you, Pauline Paulette. I don't think Owen Jones was flirting with me. For obvious reasons, babe. Margaret Evans, thank you for that super chat. Yeah, Owen's is gay. Owen's gay, like famously very gay. So, voucher marks? No, you should never ever do that for any trans person. Don't do it. What you would do is you would say, "Oh, this video is by Abigail Thorne. She made it before she transitioned." Cersei Island? Not really. I haven't tried them all yet. And thanks, Meg143562. Yeah, so you would say, like, when Abigail was little, she had to play sports with the boys. That's how you would refer to the before times. Thanks for that super chat, Peter. Have you ever thought of being a journalist? Yes, I did. I very nearly, well, in fact, I applied for an internship with Private Eye. I talked a little bit about this in the interview with Owen. I applied for an internship with Private Eye, and I got rejected. And so I had the summer free, and then I decided I would make a YouTube channel in the summer that I had free, and that is the YouTube channel that is now 900,000 subscribers strong. So, Amy Roberts, I don't think they endorsed them. Careful not to do a ship of Theseus. They certainly did platform them, which, you know, as a trans person, I'm obviously against. But I'm against platforming of any kind. I'm against platforms with total no platforming, 100%. No platforms for anyone ever. I hate free speech. I think it should be destroyed. I think every single book of any kind should be burned. That's the only way we can figure out what's going on. I'm kidding, obviously. I'd love to chat to Ian Hislop someday. Maybe it'll happen someday. You know. Thank you for that super chat, Angel Iglesias Garcia. No platforms, everyone into the void. I like it. Oh, thank you, Karina Freeman. That's kind of you. Neela earns well, there's no need to do that. You can just say that to me before I transitioned. Thank you very much, Tom Pandolfo. Ah! Just shedding chocolate raisins all over the office again. Where's it gone? There it is. I need to slow down on that. My tolerance has gone down. Eli Powers, never. I don't have the tech or the patience or the time for gaming streaming. I mean, I think I said this on the last live stream, is I work about as hard as I can. I can't possibly work any harder than I currently do, and I'm trying to actually work less. So I don't have time to do gaming streaming. Besides, it's been done. If you want gaming streaming, you've got Steph Signati and like a million other people who do it. So isn't Nat doing gaming streaming now as well? Right. We don't need this. Is Philosophy Tube. Thanks, Race Bannon. Thank you very much, Discord 20. I came across that song. I came across an electro remix of it somewhere. I don't know where. I thought it was on Welcome to Night Vale, but I can't find any record of that. And then I've just had that on my iPod for ages, and then I found out there's a bluegrass version. So I emailed the artist and said, "Hey, can I license this?" And he was like, "Yeah, go on." So there you go. If you have time to game at all, I mean, occasionally I'll have like 20 minutes free. I'm working my way through Assassin's Creed Rogue at the moment. That's helping me to work less, because I'll be like, okay, I'll do like, 2/3 of a day's work, and then I'll play video games for a bit, and then I'll do an evening's work. That's kind of usually how I do it. Angelica G, who told you I was on HRT? I didn't tell you that. And I'm not gonna. You don't know whether or not I am. There you go, Curio and people like, Angela Delgado, thank you for that super chat. And JMF95, no, I'm afraid I haven't. Jaden Desvo, thanks so much. That's a really cool idea. Well, it's really cool that you say that. That's kind of what I was going for, so. Jan Vetulani, thank you very much. I don't think KJP is available on Spotify. I think we'd have to pay for that. But in any case, all of the technical stuff, Alice and Dev handle all that. I just turn up. I do the riffs, and I fuck off. Like that's what I do. I think I got this necklace from Etsy. There wasn't any chocolate on that raisin. I want a refund. Thanks, Sam Burton King. What are some contemporary philosophers worth reading? Ooh. So you mentioned Miranda Fricker and Jose Marino. They're both good. Talia Betcher's good. I've gotten a lot of stuff out of her work. God, there's someone else I was reading just recently, and they've completely gone out of my mind. I've completely forgotten. Nope, sorry. Total gone. Head empty. There you go. But yes, I'm enjoying Talia Betcher. Yeah, she's good. I'm glad that Nina's in the chat. Nina's made some great music for the next video, by the way. The moment, I don't want to spoil it, but there's going to be like at the end, there's some seriously creepy stuff happening in the next video. Thanks, Cersei Island. Those all sound really gross, but I'm glad you like them. Wait, not Etsy. ASOS. I think it was ASOS. Maddie K asks, have you been reading any books outside of research for the show? By accident, yes. I'm reading Richard Seymour's The Twittering Machine. I thought it was going to be relevant for the video, and then it turned out not to be, but I just kept reading it because it's interesting. Sometimes I kind of accidentally read things that aren't research. Yeah. Thanks, Leo S. That's cool. Daniel P asks, so you know how the last video was pretty traditional for Philosophy Tube? Is the next one more out there? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it's got a character. I mean, it's about as out there as the Steve Bannon video was, in that it mixes in sort of fictional dramatic monologue with straightforward discussion of ideas. I'm not like completely, changing the formula or revolutionizing anything like I did with Data or Men Abuse Trauma or even to a certain extent the first Cosmonaut video or Identity. But it's it's there. Like it's standard for me, but like very out there compared to a lot of channels, in that it's a blend of fiction and non-fiction. But yeah. How long does it typically take you to read through the books you use for your videos? Maybe a couple of weeks. The research phase is usually a couple of weeks long. So because of the crew's availability, I can't film this next video until, I think we're filming on the 30th. So it'll be out in the first week of April, all being well. So this time I've got a little bit longer to research than I normally would, which is kind of enabling me to take a little bit more time off and have time for other things, which is good. Thank you, Lucy E, and also Joe de Vita. Lucy E, I'm really glad you said the visuals forced you to like look at the video, because that's exactly why I designed them that way. Mosel Green, can you give us some hints as to your upcoming projects? Well, the bibliography for my next video has been released on Twitter, so you can go and check that out. It does have a lot of Jordan Peterson in it. As for the video after that, I don't know. I've got a rough idea where I want to go. Or I've got a book I want to start with, and maybe a costume in mind and a couple of jokes. As for future projects, I mean, I've spoken publicly already about I've written a play and I'm looking to get it at home. There's I can't say what the TV gig is, and I can't say what the play is that I'm going to be auditioning for. But yeah, I've got a few things going on. Got a few irons in the fire. How do you name your characters that are not a description of them? I'm not sure what you mean. Thank you, Sydney Rain. Yeah, I really enjoyed Kim Tallbear's book. It was good. It's not the first time I've cited her. I think I did in Climate Grief as well. And thank you, Lana B. I've already got one, thank you. What are your favourite and least favourite parts of the video making process? So I'd say my least favourite is when the research is done, but I haven't started writing this first draft of the script yet. Because at that stage, it's very hard to begin, because I'll have like a lot of this. It's like a blank canvas is the hardest thing to paint on, because every choice you make, you are destroying all the things the video could have been. So when it's finally time to start, making decisions, and you have to start narrowing things down, it's like quite a creatively violent process. So that's always the hardest bit. I think my favorite bit is usually the actual filming of it is a lot of fun. You know, if the filming goes well and it goes smoothly, and especially since we're like in lockdown still and I can't leave my home unless it's to work, which filming counts as, but also the people I work with are my friends, so it's nice to see them and like chat with the crew and find out how Mr. X and Mr. Y are doing, and, you know, see Brian the stylist and Camille the makeup artist, and it's just nice to spend time with fun people, you know, having laughs. Oh, that reminds me, I need to put out the blooper reel. At the end of the stream, remind me to put out the blooper reel from the last video for patrons, because we got some fun bloopers. Anna Tomkova asks, can you share any favourite moments in your acting career? They haven't happened yet. Thanks, the 409 show. Love the jumper, looks so soft. It's actually a dress. Or it's like it's more like a long shirt. It's like a dress and I'm wearing leggings underneath because it goes down to like the top of my thighs. So it would be absolutely indecent if I didn't wear leggings. Recommendations for doing heavy face paint for a newbie. Practice first before you turn on the camera. Alternatively, hire a professional makeup artist. Oh, thank you for someone who says my eyeshadow looks good with the background. Yeah, I'm really enjoying metallic eyeshadows at the moment. And I've got a bit of glitter on as well. So, yeah, it's nice to have. A tunic. Legend of Zelda style. Do you have dreams for roles you'd like to play now that you're out? Yeah, the same ones, but now in woman. Thank you, Noah Lynn and JMFE95 and Brandy Nichols. Brandy Nichols, people ask me for philosophy recommendations all the time, and I always say the same thing. Find a video of mine that you enjoy and go down to the bibliography and just pick something that sounds good. Because I can't recommend, you know, because I don't know what your situation is or like what you're, you know, whether you're good at reading like advanced stuff or easy stuff, so. Do you have any eyeshadow palette recommendations? No, absolutely not. For the same reason I don't have any makeup recommendations or any transition related recommendations or any fashion recommendations. Because, here's the thing. If I tell you, I've really enjoyed this makeup palette by like Jeff Blogs or whatever. I nearly said Jeff Bridges for some reason. If I say I've really been enjoying this makeup palette, or if I say I've really found that X is helpful with my transition, or I really like getting my dresses from here, then I will get hundreds, if not thousands of people saying, Abigail Thorne thinks that you need to buy this makeup or these dresses, or you need to do X, Y, and Z for your transition in order to be a real trans person. If I recommend you anything, then I will just get it in the neck for days. And I don't need that, frankly. So I would say buy makeup that you like and that is within your budget if you want makeup. But I can't give you any recommendations because it's just not worth the arse ache that I'd get. Jeff Bridges makeup palette, yeah. I really love Jeff Bridges makeup palette. I really enjoy his shades Dumb and Dumber. Wait, no, that wasn't Jeff Bridges, was it? Jeff Bridges was in Tron. Who was the guy in Dumb and Dumber? The guy in Dumb and Dumber just looks like discount Jeff Bridges. That's where I got that from. His beer's good, isn't it? Carly Fife, yeah, I'm trying to work less, and I have found a couple of things to distract me, which is nice. And once lockdown eases, then I'll be able to, you know, work less and less and less. Ooh, God, that was close. Jeff Daniels. Okay, thanks. Not to be confused. I have to do a Tron-inspired makeup look. That would be fun. We're getting my Jeffs mixed up. Tron and Troner. That's nearly a naughty 4chan word. Nearly. Yeah, rank the Jeffs. I think it goes Goldblum, Bridges, Daniels, Bezos. That's my Jeff hierarchy. Thank you, Licia Pren. Faileth, any plans to do collabs with other bread tubers? You should know that if anyone ever says the word bread tube to me, I'll run a mile. Absolutely not. Not if they use that word. No. Thank you, Mr. Itchy. Are you planning on doing any shows in London this year? Well, it's not really up to me. If it were up to me, yes. But I'm afraid it's not up to me. But we'll see. If I am, then you can bet that I'll let you know. Who would win in a fight between every James Bond? Ooh, that's a good question. I think Craig would win because he's the most psycho. He's the most just like Jim psycho. That's Jim GYM. Yeah, I think Craig's would probably win. Oh yeah, shit tier Jeff is definitely Jeffrey Epstein. Definitely like bottom tier Jeff. Who would win a fight between in every Jeff? Who would win a Jeff battle royale? That's tough to say. A lot of them are quite old. I don't want to see a Jeff fight. I don't want to see Jeff on Jeff violence. What is this conversation? Thank you, Atali and Eli Powers. What's your favourite way to eat potato? Chips. Obviously. What was your thesis about when you graduated? I didn't do one. Didn't have to in Scotland. I just took more classes. Can you recommend something cheap that instantly makes life better? These chocolate raisins were 80p. 80p from Tesco. Thanks, Austin Weed. Jeff from the Wiggles. Thank you, Sailing Master. I'm afraid that super chat went by too fast to read. And thank you, Terrell Taylor. Yeah, it is wild to remember that Philosophy Tube is kind of my side thing. Thanks, the Supernaut. I'm afraid I don't know who some of those people are. How do you feel about Cards Against Humanity? Says Danny. I feel like I've never lost. Although it has been a while. Thanks, Jan Vetalani. The dog's kneecaps, you naughty thing. That's very funny though. What's your favourite foreign film? I don't think I have a favourite, but on the next bonus episode of KJP, we're going to talk about a film called OSS 117, French film, which I quite enjoyed. So, yeah, that'd be cool. I just got a text. Thanks, Christina Popolou. On the thoughts on your best written characters from the theatre. Hard to say. I mean, Shakespeare's an obvious one. I do like some of David Marrett's plays, problematic as they are. I used to do a good audition monologue from one of David Marrett's plays, but it doesn't really work as a woman. It's a shame. I did it well, but it was good fun. Yes, the Jean Dujardin OSS 117, the first one, Cairo. Yeah, we really enjoyed it. We're making the third one, right? Do you play any musical instruments? Yeah, babes, I play the saxophone. I played it in a couple of videos. Not very well. I haven't played it in a while, but yeah. What's your dream role in a play? Says Ava Bedak. I'd say it's still Mark Antony and Julius Caesar at the Globe. I just play him as a woman. It would be interesting, the kind of flip there. But it's not like a hard and fast thing that like I must play this. It's just a nice like a guiding star in my career that I'm like, okay, that's kind of roughly the direction I want to head in. Is that area of the industry. Thank you to Isaac Xerox and also Lisa Garrison. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the RI panel. That was good. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. A little bit nerve-wracking, but... Every time you say babes, I come alive a bit. Yeah, it's a British thing. I think I got it from Alice. That's Quinn Rose, not KJB Alice. Oh. Arid Bisaria. I'm afraid I haven't seen much Bollywood. It's a gap on the old resume. Oof. What should we expect for future philosophy topics? I don't know. I don't tend to plan them all that far in advance. Do I look like a girl with a plan? There's too many Alices. Yeah, every trans woman is called Alice. If you had to pitch someone to Shakespeare with no prior knowledge, how would you do it? I'd say it's some of the greatest theatre ever written in the English language. And that if you go through life, if you live a human life on planet Earth, and you do not read Shakespeare, or you don't see it done, then you have genuinely missed out, I think, on one of the best things that humanity has ever made. And I think you owe it to yourself as a member of the human species to look at it, to at least try, because it's it's some of the best theatre ever written, and it's free. Why would you not? You know? And if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But I don't know. I'm a firm believer that you should try everything once. I remember I went to Moscow a few years ago, and I had an opportunity to see the Moscow Ballet. And I've never seen any ballet before. I know nothing about ballet, but I thought, yeah, why the hell not? I'm in Moscow. The Moscow Ballet is some of the best in the world. Of course, I'm going to check it out. I'll see what it's all about. And so I went along, and I loved it. I still don't know anything about ballet, but I'm glad I saw it, because I'm like, well, that's some of the best example of this whole genre, this whole art form. So and I was in New York and I had an opportunity to go to the Metropolitan Opera. So I thought, you know what, I know nothing about opera, so we'll go. And then we arrived late and they wouldn't let us in, so we went and got drunk instead. Yeah, maybe schools do kill a lot of interest in Shakespeare. And I remember when I first read Shakespeare, I was like, "What is this? This is bullshit." And then I went back at 19 when I was at uni. I went back on my own time. I was like, "Well, look, I want to be a professional actor. I can't just not know anything about Shakespeare because everyone keeps telling me this is great." And I went back at 19 and was like, "Oh shit, this is incredible." Because somebody told me how to perform it, especially when someone actually taught me how to do it. I was like, oh. Mercuria Obscura asks, does it make you uncomfortable that people fancied you pre-transition? No. It's baffling to me. In a few senses it makes sense, because I had a lot of my ex-girlfriends mysteriously turn out to be lesbian, and I was like, God, how does this keep happening? So that was very funny. So in some senses it makes sense, Thanks, Terrell Taylor. What have you been cooking lately? I made a really nice fish pie a couple of nights ago, and I made a really lovely curry. I've been missing my mum's home cooking, so I made my mum's special curry, and that was really nice. Abigail Thorne thinks that you need to eat fish pie in order to transition. No. So yeah, I made my mum's fish pie and my mum's homemade curry. Yeah. It reminds me, I need to go shopping. I think I've got some tofu and something else lined up. Cauliflower and stuffing. Love a bit of that. Ooh, that reminds me, I need to add something to my shopping list. There we go. So how do you perform Shakespeare? Vowels. Hold on to the vowels. Because that's where all the emotion is. So instead of to be or not to be or not to be, that is the question. Hold on to the vowels. That's where all the emotion comes from. And that's 90% of it. The rest of it is 50%. The rest of it is learning how to read Shakespeare, because he actually tells you how to perform it. If you pay close attention to the text, he's basically directing you. It's amazing. It's really, really good, because if you know how to read it, then Shakespeare's always going to be okay, because it's he's there directing you from the back of the theatre. I did me and an old friend of mine, Ben, we wrote a short play years and years ago about an actor who finds that his flat is haunted by the ghost of William Shakespeare. We called it Quills Upon the Porpentine. It was good fun. It was a comedy. Ew. Holla holla get dollar. What's your favourite thing about the Kill James Bond podcast? I like that it's just an hour and a half of a shit posting. It's got nothing to do with anything. It's not serious. It's just me, and it's a good excuse for me to hang out with a couple of my friends every week and just shoot the shit. Thanks, Diz Fidel, I think. Is there a subject you think you'll never cover in a video? Yeah, we talked a little bit in the last stream about the forbidden episode. An episode that I have drafted notes towards but will never make. It's about trans stuff, because I don't want to become known for that. But I do have opinions that I'll just never do it. Elijah Summers, do you mean at drama school? Or do you mean doing a degree in theatre, because I've only got one of those. Emily Diamond. I've never seen any OP Shakespeare. I'd like to though. And thank you, Billy. Wow, that's very generous. Thank you, Amber Blackwell. What's your favourite Shakespeare play? Julius Caesar, still. Have you ever reached out to Stuart Lee? I've met Stuart Lee. Twice. He wouldn't recognise me now, I guess. I flyered him for my stand-up show. He never turned up. Nava W, we've already covered that question, but it was Mark Antony and Julius Caesar. Again, that's not like I must do this. It's just more like it's just kind of an almost semi-arbitrary thing to aim at, just to kind of give my career some structure. I might change it if I want to, but because there's all different kinds of like acting you can do, and sometimes it's useful to have like, well, if I could do anything, what would I do? But I don't like have to do it. For some people it would be, oh, I really want to be like a Captain America, I want to be like James Bond or whatever. So you know that you do, okay, well, I want to focus on film work and I want to take on roles that are similar to that and turn down roles that aren't. So for me, like having Mark Antony, Julius Caesar just kind of gives me a rough guide, and if I'm offered a job or an audition, I'll go, well, does this take me closer to that or does it not? Yeah. Do you have to agree with the messaging of a work of art to enjoy it? Good question, Nolan Nightingale. I am very invested in Attack on Titan Season 4, so the answer is no. Because Attack on Titan is some fascist stuff, but I am so invested in the story, I need to find out what happens at the end, and there's only 2 episodes left, so. When will YouTube send you the play button? I don't know. I guess once I reach 1 million, I should email them and say, hey. Don't want to get chocolate on my keyboard. That's no good. How is Attack on Titan fascist? Well, I don't think the overall story is fascist, but unless there's some big twists in the final 2 episodes, in the world of Attack on Titan, race is biologically real, and it is kind of the ultimate guiding force of politics and world history, and it definitely matters like biologically what race you are in, and those are like those are like bedrock fascist assumptions. Whereas in the real world, like race is not a biological category, it's a political one, and the history of the world is not the history of racial struggle. Whereas in Attack on Titan and fascism, it is. Hence. So it's not necessarily a pro-fascist story, but certainly the assumptions baked into the world are fascist assumptions. Someone beginning with I. No. Are Shakespeare's works available online? Yeah, babes. They've been in the public domain for ages. You're all good. On the other hand, Attack on Titan, I love the characters. I'm really invested in the story. The more kind of fascist themes don't come out until like season 2, season 3, by which time I was like, I'm hooked. I have to know what happens, because they do this like the twists and the excitement, and they're like, oh shit, like, you know, they were working for him all along, and the way the world kind of expands, I was like, God, I have to know what happens. And like, because the characters have grown up over the course of the show, I'm like, well, I need to know what happens to my boys, you know. So I need to know, you know, are they going to make it? Favourite novel that is not by Nabokov? The Last Man by Mary Shelley. Ooh. How do you like Erin's development? I haven't got to the end yet. So at the moment, I'm like, oh, Erin! What's happened? Like, how have you done this? You bastard! You know, when I saw him again in season 4, I was like, yes, it's my boy! And now I'm like, oh, you murdering bastard! Like, so yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers for Attack on Titan. I'm only 2 episodes left and they haven't come out yet. Thanks, Sea Curry Fisk. Ooh, Danny asks, what's the most basic 101 class bit of philosophy that influenced you the most or that you just really like? Hard to say. Because the bits that really influenced me weren't that 101. It's a good question, but it's a hard one. I'm afraid I don't really know how to answer. I haven't seen WandaVision. I haven't had time, and also I refuse to pay for Disney Plus. Nilok Elites, both. Both. Pauline Paulette. If someone's a horrible person but a great artist, is it okay to appreciate their art? I hope so. No, I don't know. I don't think there's a definite answer to that. Will you ever do a follow-up to the Steve Bannon video more focused on fascism? Hard to focus on it more than I did in that one, babes. Other than, I guess, like my Antifa video. But yeah, that was pretty focused on fascism. The whole point was that it looked like it wasn't. Because that's how they get you. I've never read any Deleuze. I can't even pronounce him. Never read any, I'm afraid. I read some Derrida for the first time for the next video. It's hard, but I can see why it was influential. I have seen a couple of episodes of Oron Host Club. When I was in high school and I went to the high school anime club, I did watch a couple of episodes of it. But that was because I fancied the girl who ran the anime club. We're still friends to this day. We never dated, we're now just like good friends. She's one of my oldest friends, actually. How long did the Antifa video take to research? It was a long time ago, so it's hard to remember, but... yeah, it was a long time, that one. It was a couple of months, I think. How do you strategically balance work and fun? I do not. Thanks, Nope Ninja. This music's good. Has the Lobster Man changed much in his latest book? You're gonna find out, babes. Is there a modern playwright you really admire? Yeah, but I would just be like my friends, you know? Most of my friend Simon. Simon wrote a really good play I watched a few years ago called Lottery. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Hudson Rivers. That's cool. Do you like podcasts? I am podcasts. Yeah, I've been on a bunch. They're cool. C. Corey Fisk, thank you. Have you ever been in a musical? Yeah, I've been in a few. Only amateur ones. I've never been in a professional musical. I did enjoy them, but I don't have the talent to do them professionally, but I did enjoy being in them. I don't have any thoughts on speculative realism, I'm afraid. Les podcasts, c'est moi. I've never read Terry Pratchett, I'm afraid. How many physical books do you own? I don't know. I tend to sort of acquire them and get rid of them in a running cycle, you know. How to deal with drama school rejections? Oof. Yeah, they're rough. I think I must have got rejected by about 20 drama schools by the time I got into one. I remember the first year I auditioned for drama schools, I auditioned for 14 and got rejected from every single one, which is pretty normal in the UK, you know. I met people who were on their like 4th or 5th year of applying. You know, you have to apply like 5 years in a row to get in. I was very lucky to get in sort of 2nd year running. Because they're that competitive. You have to be that good. So yeah, just dust it off and keep going, because you're gonna get a lot more rejection than that once you leave drama school, babes. You know, you get rejected for 99% of the jobs you go out for. So yeah, hang on tightly, let go lightly. Ooh. Have you read any good fiction lately? I don't remember the last time I read fiction. I am rereading Nabokov again, slowly, when I need to unwind. Yeah. Oh, Lucas Bayless, he got rejected by one drama school today. Well, I'm sorry, babes. It happens, you know, as I say, I got rejected by all 14 the first year. And then I found a little acting training course at my local theatre in Newcastle. And I applied for that. And I got rejected for that as well, and they were fucking brutal. So I took a year off and worked in a pub. And I went back next year, and I auditioned for 3-year courses. And I remember at East 15, and they said, so why did you audition for the 3-year course and not the 1-year MA? And I said, well, last year I got 14 rejections in a row. I thought, when I was applying for MAs, I thought I must need more training. And the head of the course said, nope, whatever you've done in this intervening year, you're ready. She said, you can do the 3-year course, but the MA is the top gun because we do 3 years worth of training in 1 year. And you will be industry ready by the end of that year. And also the nature of the course is that like we will reach down and we will change you as a human being. We will change you as a person, we will break you down and remold you. And at the end of it, you will be a professional fucking actor and you will be ready. And she said, you are ready for the top gun. So it's there if you want it. And I was like, hell yeah, I want it. Fucking bring it on. And they were right. Life-changing shit. A friend of yours got into Lambda last year. That's cool. Tips for having a good time at St Andrews? Yeah, the best brownies are from Taste on North Street. And the best pub is Stabco on South Street. And get your accommodation for second year sorted by Christmas of first year. That is essential. Other than that, just vibe it out. Don't live in DRA. I don't watch Drag Race, I don't have time. Thanks, Melissa Sylvest. Ali Blatek, congratulations. Why is everyone retraining to be a therapist at the moment? Everyone I know is like, I think I'm going to become a therapist. I'm like, cool. There you go. How do you deal with internet vitriol? Babes, I'm an old salt. I've been dealing with internet vitriol for years. I have all my notifications on every platform are like set to mutuals only. So sometimes I get messages from friends who are like, hey, you okay? I saw that like people are really kicking off at you on Twitter, and I'm like, huh, are they? I had no idea. I'm not looking at it. So whatever. I've never been to Norwich, no. Let me put on the music that we'd like to end with. So we'll go for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll chill. Just a short one tonight. So get your questions in, because I'm getting sleepy. I have had such a wonderful day. Just so lovely. Yes! Yes. I'm so happy. I can't talk about why, but I'm very happy. Thank you, Akevu Pointy Horse. You know, sometimes life works out, okay? I just got a message with some lovely news in that made me very happy. How did you meet Tom Scar? I think I first met Tom at a YouTube networking event, and then years later we bumped into each other again. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for that little outburst. I got an email that made me very happy. Why are you not allowed to talk about jobs when you get them? Usually because I'd like sign an NDA. Thanks now, Pepper. Usually because you sign an NDA, but like for instance, so I've been offered a TV job that's going to be filming in April, May, and the thing is, until thanks, Danny. So I've been offered this TV job and I've got the offer in writing, but the series might get cancelled, that scene might get cut, we might even like film it and then the scene gets cut in post or something. So no, I haven't, Plush. Plushy, thank you. So it's just generally a good idea not to like announce things, and even if you're legally allowed to, it's generally a good idea not to announce things until they're like out. And also because, you know, the organizers of the show that I am gonna be in like don't need the headache of, because, you know, a professional TV production has like PR, it has, you know, press releases and stuff, and they don't appreciate people like undercutting that. So it's just generally a good idea not to like, to just sort of be discreet about these things, you know. Yeah, until it's out, you don't talk about it. So yeah. Blooper reel, thank you. Let me open a new tab and type blooper reel into it so I don't forget. I will do that after I finish the stream. I'm opening that tab to read the message again. Thank you, Heart of Amethyst. No, I don't tend to plan them out that far in advance. Russell Cohen, thank you for that super chat. Any tips on dealing with the GIDS waiting list? I mean, you know I can't give you public tips on that, babes. You know that I can't give you public tips on transition advice, for reasons that I've explained before. But there is advice and help out there. And I can't say anything more than that, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Not publicly, at least, you know. I'm very aware that I kind of like have something of a duty to help the trans community, so I am helping out my local trans community, especially, and the British trans community, but I'm doing it all offline and anonymously. Because it's like, yeah. What are you looking forward to most post-lockdown? I'm not going to answer that. Bex Lewis, I've not heard of it, no. Are the male streams ever going to come back? Nope, all streams from now on, fully female, I'm afraid. No, the male streams aren't going to come back. I had to close the PO box because a stalker used it to find out where I live. Thanks, Karina Freeman. So no, I won't be reopening the PO box, I'm afraid. Someone beginning with I. It's not just that, it's that, let's say, well, it is partially that, but let's say that I said something like, oh, you know, if you want to skip the waiting list, then like you can self-med, you can like DIY hormones from like this website or something, if I had that kind of knowledge, you know. Or I said, well, you know, here's how you can get around the waiting list. Then I'm giving advice that's like not illegal, but like grey area legal. And as one of the most recognizable trans people in Britain, I run the risk of like, if for instance there was some kind of like secret, as far as I'm aware there isn't, like Dallas Buyers Club for hormones, right? If such a thing existed and I publicly drew your attention to it, it would get so much attention that it would be immediately shut down. So I have to be very careful if I do things like that. And also, you know, if I go to things like a protest or something, then it's like a security risk because I get recognized. And it like draws attention and pulls focus. So I have to be a little bit careful. Unfortunately, the nature of my public position means that there are some things that I can't do. So when I do, but you know, I still want to be a good citizen and I still want to like take part and support causes that mean a lot to me. Some of which are political, although I keep my real political views and my real political activities absolutely secret. But I have to do that in secret, and I do it offline and anonymously. But yeah. Thank you, Alex. That's really cool. Yeah, do tag me for that. But yeah. Do I like goat's cheese? Oh, love it. Really good in salad with walnuts. Walnut and goat's cheese salad? Mwah. In fact, I make a nice goat's cheese and you wrap it in walnut pastry and you bake it. It's good. Wow, beautiful. It's very rich and claggy. But if you just have like a little, so I like to make it, bake it, and I usually make two, and I have one for dinner, and I put one in the fridge, and then you can have like a half of one or a slice for lunch the next day. Beautiful, beautiful. We love it. We love it. We love it. Broden, there's no way of knowing. I mean, it could be someone using my image because they do. But I have a hard rule on dating apps. I absolutely never date anyone who knows who I am. So if you see me on there, don't swipe. Otherwise, I don't know how many times I have to tell people this because it happened. It happened a while ago. I matched with someone and we were chatting, and then after about a week, they were like, oh, hey, actually, I do know who you are. And I was like, blocked, gone. Away you go. I'm not doing it. No way. Have you ever been to Italy? Yeah, I've been a couple times. Somebody says 4-star, I'm going to miss the arsonist. I don't think you are. Don't worry. I've made arrangements. Yeah, I am. I was writing the new video and it's got a new character in and I was like, oof. Actually, I do need to have him in. And I kept his suit and his costume, so I was like, okay, I know how to do this. So Nina, the moment that we've talked about, yeah, it's going to be like super, super messed up. What does claggy mean? It's like clumpy, heavy, like, you know, like peat is claggy, like it's like sticks, like, you know. Yeah. Get on Raya. I can't get on Raya because you need to be on Instagram, and I'm not doing that. No, you are not getting a lady arsonist. No. God, I mean, I'm not like... No, I just realised I was about to by proxy insult someone, which I didn't mean to do. I am not just going to gender bend my old characters. I personally do not want to do that. That's not the creative direction I want to go in. So you are getting... Well, I tell you, you are getting a relative of the arsonists. It's time to meet the family, babes. You are getting a relative of the arsonist, but who fulfills a very different function as a character. So the arsonist is the embodiment of modern fascism. You are getting a new character who is like part of the same law, but who embodies a very different thing. So no, you are not getting gender bent arsonist. Because I thought that would be too easy. And also, so much of what the arsonist is tied to being a man, I think. So, yeah, no. You're not getting an arsonist. No. You're not getting an arsonette. The arsonist doesn't have a daughter, that's the point. The arsonist has a son who he consistently and deliberately misgenders. There you go. You're not getting an arsonist. You're not getting the firefighter again either. Why are you not on Instagram? Because it's bad for you. Okay, that's the stream, everybody. I am going to go and dance my way home because I am so on cloud 9. I was going to do something. What was I going to do? Blooper reel. Okay, I'm going to release the blooper reel for patrons, and then I am going to dance my way home and be so happy. Okay. Good night, everybody. Take it easy. Have fun. Be excellent to each other and party on. Bye.